Hey everybody, this is Smashing Game Time. We are three brothers who go through gaming's back catalogs and yesteryear. I am your host, Nick. Bottom caddy corner to me is my lovable brother, Jake, aka Jacob. Jake, how you doing?
I hate you so much. Stop it with the caddy corner. Can I have a caddy corner non-less episode?
Maybe next time. And to my left, not caddy corner at all, that is my brother, Josh. Sometimes Joshua. Josh, how you doing?
I actually prefer Josh, and I'm also the co-host.
Yes. Everyone has some kind of host in their title. Everyone got a title bump. Calm down, guys. Calm.
What was my title before?
You were just the guy who sits there and plays whatever TFT during the podcast. That was your original title. As he plays more TFT.
Yes.
Guys, today we are doing 2013 Q4. We are finishing up 2013. We've also got a Speedcap for Outlast. I will be taking on Josh, and we will loser will pay up, and we'll discuss that once we get to that. But before we get into everything, as always, we are a Trident Network podcast. We have a bunch of great sibling podcasts. Go check them out. If you haven't already, we're everywhere you can get your podcast. Please rate and review us there. We are starving. Please give us your stars and your kind words. They love that pun. That's their favorite pun. Guys, what have you been up to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just been gaming. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch too lately. It's been a lot of fun to play support. You know, it's your classic game where it's your fault when someone gets pissy. It's everyone else's fault. It's not their fault. It's not the guy that sucks' fault. It's your fault. That's Overwatch, but it's fun. A lot of new characters. I've been enjoying it. I actually watched the new cinematic for one of the new characters, and I loved it. It's like Kiriko. She's like a support main, but she's got like the fox spirit protecting her. It's really cool.
I've seen the fox. It looks really cool.
So, quick question on that then: how much have you spent on cosmetics already?
I bought the battle pass.
So you spent 30 already?
No, it was $10.
It's a free game.
Free game.
It might be a free game, but if you want all the cosmetics, I think someone did like
yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's like I think someone did like a graph, and it was and I could be wrong, and I don't know exactly how accurate it was, but I think they said it was like $10,000 to get all the cosmetics.
People, I don't understand like it costs everything to get these cosmetics. Like, well, yeah, you're not going into fucking Target and buying every piece of clothing that you like. Like the way these games are set up now, you find the characters that you like and you get the outfits that you want. Be happy. Why do you need to own everything in the game?
So I think the biggest problem though is if it's a lot of the same cosmetics that you already had from number 1, they just moved it over to 2 and you don't have it already.
Yes, I got them all.
Oh, you did get them all? So you do get them all.
I got all my skins and stuff, everything from the first one.
I don't know why they would want everything then. Like that'd be my argument is if they didn't give it to you and you had to go back and get it all, yeah, I'd be pissed. But if they're giving it to you what you had before, and that's right, like you have your characters, even if you got the new ones, you were gonna have to earn that shit anyway. It's not like you had it sitting there in your inventory waiting the whole time. But
the internet's just a bunch of fucking crybabies.
Like the loot boxes are gone, and I'm okay with that. But I remember with Overwatch, every level you get a loot box, so you kind of get stuff for free anyway. And I kind of miss it because it was just the excitement of opening a loot box after you level up. Like, oh, dude, I'm getting stuff and getting stuff.
That animation, is glued. I haven't played Overwatch, but I remember watching one of you play it, and just like the animation of like the box opening.
Yeah,
that's cemented as a good one, and I also think that Apex does a really good one too with their boxes.
Yeah, because Apex does it exactly how Overwatch 1 did it, where you level up and you get a loot box.
I think Gears 4 or 5 also had one. Like a really good, like just the lighting on it. You're like, oh my god, this box better have something in it. It's kind of how I feel when I open a pack on Gwent.
To me, it's almost the equivalent of opening up a trading card pack and seeing what you got. Because you're spending $3.99 on it, but you never know what you're going to get. And that's where the excitement is.
Holographic, and then you realize that your pack is shit, and you're like, man, I'm wasting my money.
Why am I doing this? What is wrong?
I actually thought about getting into card collecting, especially this weekend when I was talking to Andy about it. I'm considering getting into Pokemon.
It's a fucking trap. Those fucking
Yeah,
guys.
don't
So
do
like
it.
the stores, first of all, the stores have limited people from like going bonkers.
Right.
So there's that. But then like the diehards, like they show up with the truck and they're like, all right, hey man,
Load that bitch up.
load it up, load it up. I got a chopper in the car. I ain't playing around. Put the fucking Pokemon cards in the Civic. Let's go.
That's what cracks me up when I watch YouTubers. Not just that, but just like if you watch any of them who like buy like these huge things, like my biggest pet peeve is like Linus Tech Tips. He'll buy like these super extravagant things and like brag about it. And it's like, dude, you fucking own a company. You make millions of dollars on YouTube, probably. Like, don't sit here and act like you're one of us. You don't know what the fuck you've never bought basic shit in like the past 15 years. Don't sit here and play that shit with me.
But that's their thing though.
That's
They
the
buy
niche.
things to make content. I
Right,
mean,
no,
that's like
it makes sense. It makes sense on that end, but I'm saying as far as like if they try to relate to somebody, like if they try to relate to me, like, dude, don't relate to me. You buy cheaply because you want to. I do it because I have to. There's a difference.
It's the issue I have like when I'm listening to like an older rapper. So like when Jay-Z's getting on, and Jay-Z's not like the worst example of this, but like it's hard. Like okay, so an older Eminem, it's harder to relate to an older Eminem. It's like, dude, you're a millionaire. You're pushing 40 or 50. Like, what? What are you talking about? Just go to your mansion and like just stop. Just stop.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's basically it. Like they, at what point though, do you make them realize that they cannot relate to society anymore to an extent?
I mean, they've got the resources to keep making albums, to keep buying the Pokemon cards. Did the card trading like tick up because of streamers? That was a big thing during COVID, right? Streamers were buying up packs and
Yeah.
opening them online.
Mhm. Yeah, and
what it was.
there was their stores weren't able to keep up with the stock, and they were just like, yeah, we're gonna start limiting it. I think they actually lifted the limits now. I don't think there's a limit anymore because I even remember Target talking about removing their card section in general. They weren't even gonna bring it like back, but they have yet to do it.
Yeah, Target was like, we're not removing this. This is merchandise we're moving guaranteed.
Yeah. Now someone like stepped over their boundaries, and the CEO was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up. We're making money."
Shut the fuck up. Jake, anything else besides Overwatch 2?
Oh, I've been playing this game called Last Day on Earth on my iPad. It's pretty addicting.
Yeah, you've been
About-
trying to get us into that.
Zombies and shit. No, just Matt, because I knew Matt was playing it. You guys don't play much. You guys are old.
Chances, The Last Stand Earth, one of those like free games where you watch the ad and it's nothing like the actual game.
No, actually it's not. It's actually really fun.
I always assume because there's this one, I can't remember the name of the game, but it's that one zombie game
some
where like
zombie.
someone always goes underground and they're able to build like their own little house and
Speaking of that, I had a new one recently where this guy's doing bench press, and apparently like his bro or his boyfriend is like on top of the bar, just like trying to like add weight to it.
I think I've seen
And
this
then
one.
like, yeah, and then the zombies come, and while they're running, they're holding hands. And it's
These
ridiculous.
mobile games are getting out of hand, man.
I haven't seen that, but you know what's bad when they're like, "Hey guys, have you ever like seen an ad for a game and realized that it's not the actual game?" And it's like, yeah, you're in that ad right now.
The
Josh,
comment section is crazy.
what are you playing?
So I actually okay, let me take that back. So I've been on reviews. I did 3 reviews this week. Sturgio, Curse of the Stars, which is actually really good. Serial Cleaners and City Eye.
To those last two?
And to the last, like Serial Cleaners, it was okay. It's just really slow and
That was a sequel, right? It was like a
Yeah.
top down. You're cleaning up. You're going
Cleaning
in
up
after like
police
an
and shit, yeah.
assassin and cleaning up their mess.
and you have to avoid like bystanders, police, and everything. And then City Eye is basically you're playing as like a security guard who watches the city and calls in reports. And it was really basic. Like once you figured out how the game plays, it was very routine and
That one
just
looked
weird.
rough.
Oh, it was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There was one point where you either see somebody on the ground, like dead, basically, or you would see someone being held at gunpoint, and everybody's just walking around it like, yeah, no big deal, it's another Tuesday.
People are busy.
GTA.
Like, if you had people running and screaming the whole time, I'd be okay with that. That's more realistic than people just nonchalantly walking by. Hey, Mr. Johnson, I see you're getting mugged right now. No big deal. We'll talk later.
You're like the guy from the TSA security scene in South Park. Security breach.
Yes. And then from there, I've been playing a little bit on the Steam Deck. I picked up Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Is that a Metroidvania?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the
More-
DLC for it, I'm guessing.
No, that's
The full
that's
game?
the actual that's
Oh,
the full
okay.
game, and I bought the DLC with it, so I'm able to play as like the other characters, and there's additional stuff. So I mean, so far it's fun. I just haven't had enough time to actually truly enjoy it. I think I only have like an hour and a half into it.
Okay.
It's good. It's good so far.
Okay. My review for Fashion Police Squad went up. That was a fun game. It's tough because you're basically making a Doom following police officers, which is a tough thing to do because Doom is violence. Police officers in real life violent. You get but they made it really campy. You're not shooting or killing anybody. You're like hitting people who are like causing fashion crimes. So like there's a guy whose pants are down to his waist or below his waist. You have to hit him with your belt to get him to pull his pants up. There's a Karen that's wearing like basically a potato sack. You have to shoot her with the sewing gun to stitch up the dress and make it a cute dress. It's fun. It's very fast paced. The different guns are fun. It does get kind of like the areas are kind of cramped, especially for how fast you have to go. So like I was finding myself getting snagged like between furniture or like an object in the area and a wall. And that's problematic. But otherwise it's a fun game. 5 hours. Looks nice. Looks pretty nice. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have bought it or played it if I wasn't reviewing it, but it's fine. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Would you say it was more like a serious Sam than a Doom?
I think it was more Doom. More because they reference like there's a BFG in it.
Okay.
I think it's called like the Big Fabulous Gun.
I like it.
Yeah, so that was fine. More Fortnite, the usual. Slowly working my way towards getting Spider-Gwen. That's been fine. The meta's okay. They've added a new DMR, which is like a automatic sniper kind of short-range sniper. Holds 20. Kind of changed the meta a little bit. That's it. I'm reviewing Trifox, which is like a platformer heavily inspired by Crash Bandicoot. Still working on that, so we'll probably talk about that a little bit next week. Other than that, yeah, I've been busy working on writing, doing all this, working all these conferences online. Busy times over here. But you know what? What I do have, I have a viewer question. We got another email.
No.
Yes.
I mean, yes, I'm excited, but no isn't like I don't believe it.
Well, better believe it. This one comes from Chevy. Chevy. His name is Chevy. Like Chevy.
Chase?
Chevy. It's not Chevy Chase.
How do you know it's a guy?
I don't know any women named Chevy. This is from Chevy in Chattanooga. I hate that.
Do you know any guy named Chevy?
Chevy? Yeah, Chevy Chase. Can I get to the question? Can I get to the question?
Go. Go.
Guys, love the show. What is your favorite thing to do on the toilet besides use it? Chevy from Chattanooga. Very, this is a very forward question. I love it. I'm a big Redditor. I don't post. I'm not a big Redditor. I'm not obnoxious, but like I will.
Yep. I'm the same. I honestly, I'm on Reddit so much when I'm on the toilet. Andy gets mad at me because she's like, "What are you doing in there for 40 minutes?" I'm like, "I'm shitting for 10." Straight going through Reddit for 25 and wiping for 5, bro.
10. Hold on, you're in the bathroom for 40
Hey,
minutes.
you're in the bathroom for 40
That's
minutes.
a long bathroom. Are you hiding from Andy? Are you hiding from her?
I get caught up in Reddit, and sometimes I find some interesting. Like my favorite is malicious compliance or win stupid prizes. They're my two favorite.
I have my niche ones. I don't want to say what they are because I posted them.
I like the drop.
Jake, what do you do on the toilet? Jake, what's your favorite thing to do on the toilet?
I'll probably be on my iPad playing some game or something while I'm on the toilet.
Probably the game you're trying to talk everybody into at World's End.
No. Probably TFT or something.
TFT.
What, Jake? How much do you get paid?
Like
from them from pushing that game on us.
From pushing that game on us. How much do you get paid?
I said it once.
He said it one time.
That's all it takes.
Thank you.
$50 a week.
Oh wow. I'm gonna have to talk to them.
No,
I
don't
need that money.
I don't.
Thank you, Chevy from Chattanooga, for the question. If you want to send a question to the bros at Smashing Game Time, hit us up at smashinggametime@gmail.com. They're open, and apparently they're getting personal because we're second email and we're already getting asked what we like to do on the toilet.
Hey, give the fans what they want.
Jake is really into feet. so he just stares at his feet for
I
about
don't
20
like
minutes.
feet. I hate my feet.
Jake's favorite thing.
You
No,
spread lies. This is how
he pretends
this
they're
is how
someone. He
birds
pretends
break
they're someone
up.
else's feet. Oh no, that's another. There, because last week's episode we talked about a finger quiz. Now we're a feet thing. People are gonna think we're a fetish podcast.
I don't even remember the
Hey,
finger quiz. When I saw that, I was like, "What the hell was that?"
Finger quiz. You had a question about the fingers. All right.
Oh, with the cutting them off. Yeah.
Enough
Yeah,
toilet.
that's true.
Enough toilet, feet, and finger talk. Are you guys ready to get into 2013 Q4?
No, you suck ass.
That's a yes. That's a yes to me. All right. Q4. First up, looks like October 1st. And you're going to say, but you guys already talked about Grand Theft Auto. We didn't talk about Grand Theft Auto Online, did we not? Came out to the masses. It was pushed back, right?
Yeah, they pushed it back.
As these Grand Theft Auto things usually are. Like the game will come out and they'll be like, hey, we need a little more time to get the online mode. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is the same way.
I think it was too.
This is, I mean, a lot of people like this. I'm more of a story mode when it comes to Grand Theft Auto. I don't know about you guys.
I
think
never.
it's-
Jake, go ahead.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, everyone kind of like had the idea of playing multiplayer on GTA because like with San Andreas being able to do that, you're like, oh, I always wanted to do crime and stuff in GTA, and then here's multiplayer GTA.
I think the craziest thing about this right now is that this has been carried over to like every new platform. And this is a big thing on Twitch right now. People hop on this and they role play, and that's like a big thing apparently.
Yeah, that's the thing. I actually know somebody who does that, and I guess maybe it's because I don't understand it, but I don't understand it. I don't understand the fascination of I want to role play this, and it's like, why don't you just do this in real life? Like, if you're gonna role play being a cop, why don't you just be a cop?
Because you think these delinquents are gonna want people to actually be cops or whatever?
No, but okay, so not everybody should be a cop. But what I'm getting at is, if you're a decent human being and you don't have a career path, but you're role playing this,
Go pursue that
actually
career
do
path.
it. Yeah.
Well, it's just like Second Life. People do that, but I think this is Minecraft for people who are Chads. This is Minecraft for Chads.
I don't, and it's like I said, it's nothing against them. It's just me not understanding it because I don't do enough into it. But I've seen a couple of videos, and I'm like, I'm somewhat interested in it because, like, especially when you watch people who are like on manhunts, like they're kind of interesting, but it's more of just like the chaotic shit you get with it. You know what I mean?
I think the craziest thing about this is that, first of all, everything trickled in slowly, so the heists weren't there from the outset. Like, a lot of stuff was missing from the outset. And then the other crazy thing about this is that this essentially killed story DLC for Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all. I mean, and I can't believe this. There's actually a story for the online.
Mm-hmm. Wow. They did that Dr. Dre story, I think it was last year.
Yeah, I think it was actually earlier this year, wasn't it? No,
either earlier this year or late last year.
I think it was earlier this year.
Just the fact that it happened, it's like, what? Like, give me and don't get me wrong, like Grand Theft Auto 4 mixed with the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost in the Dam, that is what gave them the idea of having the 3 protagonists for GTA 5, but not having any outright story DLC in GTA 5, just outright criminal.
Do you think they'll fix that with 6?
No, they won't.
No.
No, I know they're going to double down for sure on their online play. They made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, they're like, hey, story-based DLC, go fuck yourself. And they're like, get out of here. And they're licking their fingers, counting their money. Get the fuck out of here. Get this guy out of here.
Do you want that Money Shark DLC? It's going to cost you $10.99.
Hey, kid,
Cards, shark cards.
I can't believe it. This is a big thing. This is very big. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Do you guys want to talk about it anymore?
I have
one
question. I have one question.
What
do you think was worse at the time? This or loot boxes in general?
This.
Yes.
You think this was worse?
Yeah, loot
this
box is not really.
because you can play a game without having to engage the loot boxes. When you this is just GTA Online. You have to play GTA Online, and they're taking the other thing that you want. You don't have to engage with loot boxes. People piss and moan about them, but you don't have to engage with them at all.
Nope.
Whereas
don't let your kids play them. I don't know.
Whereas in the last 10 years, if you wanted more Grand Theft Auto and you didn't want to replay 5 or any of the other story games, you had to play this.
That's fair.
Goodbye, GTA Online. I hope to never see you again. Up next, October 29th, Battlefield 4. Josh, take it away because this game...
This is my baby. So this is, in my opinion, the last good Battlefield. Don't get me wrong. 5 was still pretty good. 1 was still pretty good. But this, in my opinion, was the last good Battlefield. And like every other Battlefield, there was hiccups in the beginning. When they came multiplayer, the servers were shit. But in their defense, every Battlefield game, actually just about every game out there nowadays, tends to have server problems on day one because they just assume, we're only going to have the minimum amount of people. We're going to have only like 1 million people playing the game. It's fine. And then all of a sudden they get hit with 10 million, and it's like, well, fuck.
I have a question. Is Jordan still in here to back up your claims that this is the last good Battlefield?
He is not here anymore. He was having issues with Discord.
He could have made his podcast debut. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. He would definitely agree with me because he did not like 5 and 1, and he also does not like 2042, and I don't like 2042. And I gave it a try. I have 50 hours in it.
So, do you know someone that does like 2042?
Personally, no. There are people who still try to defend it, and I look at them and go, "You are fucking stupid." Because I'm sorry, Battlefield 4, a game that is almost 10 years old, has more, just in the base game, not including any DLC, has more content in it and had a campaign. Where 2042 is, I mean, it's literally the worst it could possibly be. Like, whoever thought, like, hey, let's release our Call of Duty killer like this, needs to be taken to the back and shown Battlefield 4. Because literally,
I'm surprised 2042 is still being supported, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I think on Steam alone, I think it averages about 3,000 people a day. Not terrible for something that should be dead, but it should be dead. Like, it literally, for a game that you had so many issues in the beginning, still have issues currently, and demanding refunds left and right. Like, I'm still to this day fighting for a refund because it's that bad. I will get that refund.
This man is not getting his money back.
I think the craziest thing I thought about the newest Battlefield was those little airship things that can go up the skyscrapers.
Oh, the hovercrafts.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. But
yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "What the hell?"
But back to Battlefield 4. So there was a campaign, and it was still pretty good. It's 6 years after Battlefield 3. You're basically you're a squad of Marines. You're nicknamed Tombstone, and essentially you're trying to escape China, which is in the middle of like this huge war. But your ship is trying to make it through safely to like sovereign state, and literally it has one of the worst endings, but one of the best endings at the same time.
Did they leave it on a cliffhanger?
So you have to pick who lives. So like basically you escape and you realize someone has to go down to the bottom of the ship to set off the C4 because it's not working where you're at. So you choose either the girl on the squad or the guy, which candidly speaking, it's actually the girl who goes down because he was the promotion for 2042. Irish. Is his name or his code name.
So canonically they're like, yeah, the guy survived.
Yeah, exactly. We sent the Chinese girl down there to do it, which is not me being me. It's literally she's or she might be Vietnamese. I can't remember exactly, but she joins your squad like halfway through the game. But anyway,
they could put her in the DLC if they wanted.
I mean, they could. They never actually specifically say. It's like literally up to you. Like you can't even go down there yourself. You have to pick somebody. So they could go either way, but either way. Lots of DLC for online play. It's so much fun. Destructive environments. My favorite map. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the satellite. You can literally destroy the support beams and watch the satellite, this huge satellite, basically crumble. Kind of like GoldenEye, that satellite. Mm-hmm. You basically watch that crumble and collapse.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then on this one, the biggest building in the city you can actually watch it collapse, and it actually just fucks up the map. There's like a huge dust cloud that covers the map. You can't really use the water anymore to get close. You have to actually stay more towards the bank. Really cool stuff. Lots of fun. I believe they actually just released a mod for it. So I know they did it with 3, but I think they just released it for 4, where they make it a little more realistic. They get rid of your heads-up display, and you can actually get killed with like 1 or 2 shots. But yeah, I'm going to stop it there because there's a lot I can talk about because I absolutely love Battlefield 4. But there's a ton here. Highly recommend getting on there playing. It's actually still alive. I think it has 1,000 people on average per day.
That's funny when you compare it to where 2042 is.
It's sad. This game is 10 years old, and it has spawned numerous sequels, and it's that high.
I'm not an asshole, but that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I hate how like you have these like games you have to buy full price, and they're not even like they're garbage.
Or they're 10 years old.
That too.
Yeah, you can pick up Battlefield 4 and all the DLC for like $10. That's a
not
pretty
bad.
good deal.
All right, moving on. November 5th, Call of Duty Ghosts. Speaking of cliffhangers in a game, this one has a bit of a doozy of a hangover.
Such a good
cliffhanger.
story. It's such a good story. I don't understand why people shitted on this one so much. It's such a good story.
I
There's
enjoyed
no
it.
zombies.
You have a dog in your squad. You have a dog in your squad.
No, the reason why people like they're kind of like, oh, this is gonna be cool is because their favorite character and Modern Warfare 2 is on the title.
Yeah, they thought Ghost was going to be in it.
Yeah,
And
Which I
then
don't blame them.
the internet's a bunch of piss babies.
It's
I'm
stupid.
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm hating
they're
on the internet
stupid.
today. Bunch of piss babies. I do
It's
think this is one of the better Call of Duties and all.
A great story. And honestly, the mechanics were good. They actually introduced the contextual lean, where you can actually get up to a corner, aim down your sights, and like that. So for a game that didn't have the QE, strafing or anything like that, it's really fucking good.
Yo, that guy just got fucking gunned down in space.
I did enjoy the Alien.
The Extinction.
Yeah, I did enjoy that one. It was pretty tough, but
this was Infinity Ward, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Yeah. Infinity Ward developed it, and then Activision, of course, published it.
Oh shit! And it's so like this is where at this point they've gone all in on like just like action camp, like fucking hey, you're gonna shoot a gun in space. Like it's just stupid shit like that. This is also the one with like the laser, right? There's a satellite laser.
It's not a laser. They're shooting down like kinetic rods that are coming down.
They went full on. I mean, this one they didn't do sci-fi until a few games later, but like this is
they went GI Joe.
This is some
on us.
yeah, it's a better comparison. So, and this one, I think you're 2 brothers.
Yeah.
And then by the end, the brother that you were playing the most of, like, gets kidnapped by the main bad guy, and they fucking cliffhangered it. They have never resolved it. Never.
Yeah, you literally the last thing you see is the brother who gets caught being tortured like what the main villain was.
And they've never gone back to it.
No.
I wonder if they might go back to it in a future game. Maybe, I don't know.
I'd be okay with it instead of them trying to like go back to
Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, remastered.
I kind of want to pick up Modern Warfare 2 just for the campaign, but I don't want to buy it yet. I want to wait to see how the multiplayer does before I'm even like, yeah, I'll buy it. Especially with it being on Steam.
I'd rather replay the old Modern Warfare 2, if I'm being honest. That campaign slaps still to this day.
Yeah, I hope they don't go back to World War II. Oh.
I actually learned something interesting. I think it could be 1 or it could be the remaster, but do you know how in 1 you do the mission where you snipe what's his name?
Yeah, and you have the Coriolis effect and all that you have to take into account.
Yes. So in 3 you see Makarov and I think it's Jerry, whoever his name is, the guy who ends up helping you in 3. Apparently you can snipe them because they're in that mission, and it actually show like if you kill Makarov, it'll say you'll be like objective completed, change the future, and then it'll be like it'll give you some type of like quote. and then if you kill Yuri, it'll say we will not tolerate friendly fire. I was like, so I don't know if it's the original. I think it said remastered, but that's kind of cool. That's a cool little thing you add into it. That's like, okay, I would never have thought of that.
These guys are just going to be left out here to burn up into the atmosphere, aren't they?
I actually think that's what happens, isn't it?
That's like Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, right?
This is right around the same time Gravity, so they're probably like, hey, we need our gravity in here. It was a fun game. I think it gets way too much shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand either. It's really good game.
That was Call of Duty Ghost. Up next, November 12th, XCOM Enemy Within. I don't remember. Was this game big at launch, or did it take a little bit for it to take off? So this
it took a little bit.
Took a little bit. This is a real-time tactics game. You got the tiles, you move the people. So like me and Josh are square apart. So if Josh needed to move to the square below me, which is actually catty corner right to him, it would take him 2, and then so he has action points. So the 2 counted as 1 action point, and then he shoots. That's another action point, and then it's somebody else's turn. That's what this is, but with aliens.
2 things. 1, rest in peace, Mr. Clean. Number 2, the biggest meme in this game, and actually the sequel going forward. You're like point blank in front of them, like there's no cover. You have 100% hit chance. You shoot, and you somehow miss.
Do people miss the 100% chances?
I don't think so. I've seen 99s miss.
99s miss. So these games are hard.
Even on easy, they're hard.
I'm a bad video game player, but these games are hard. Josh and I did a playthrough of these last year, or this first one, and I call it playthrough because we got through maybe a little bit of it, and then we fucking failed.
We did not fail. Nick kept killing all of our good characters. So by the time I finally got control again, I had nothing but rookies, and I was being demolished.
We had
monkey.
People in the stream were naming our characters. We had a long lineage of, what were they, the Pains?
Yes, the Pains. That's what I said, Mr. Clean. And
they just kept dying. Those poor bastards. The alien design in this is really cool. So many different types of aliens, way more than I thought that they were going to be. I thought it was just going to be little green men shooting at us based off of what I had seen previously. Deep combat, it's unforgiving. It doesn't look great, but I mean, what games in this genre look great besides like Darkest Dungeon?
That's just it, though. In my opinion, as long as it doesn't look like it was meant for a PS2 and has a great story, that's all you need, and great mechanics. That's all you need.
Well, this is a fun game where you can kind of create the story as you go as well.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. Pain Family.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. In fact, I'm feeling another playthrough of this eventually.
It's in my library to play, but I haven't played it since me and you last played it because I was so pissed at you for getting all of the Pains killed.
It's literally, a tough game.
They were our best. We were on normal, and you got them killed, you selfish son of a bitch.
Because it's a game, it drives you forward with your objective, so you have to keep moving. But also, if you're not playing defensively, you were going to get fucked.
Which is why they fucking died. You were playing so hardcore. He got literally, folks, for those listening and watching, he literally let a man stand in the middle of a train and get fucking murdered from 3 different angles. He literally had a little tiny cover that could at least protected him from 1 or 2. But no, he said, fuck it. He's going to be our decoy. And that motherfucker died.
And that is what's so fun about this game, because you're creating your own narratives. And the sequel gets even better. And then they did a one-off later on that we'll look at in 7 years.
Is that the Bureau?
Chimera Squad.
Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah.
There's just not a lot to it. It's telling its own story. Moving on.
Yeah.
We're just rolling right on through these. All right. Last but not least, December 11th, Rust. Take it away, boys.
Oh, Rust. I love it. It's been through so much. Why it's a popular game.
So for those watching, and if you're not, we can probably add the link somewhere. There's a video someone made that shows it from its alpha phase up until 2021. It's such a different game from that. Literally, it's surprising how much of a different game it is.
I remember watching Markiplier play it back in the day, and it was so much has changed since then. Because I was kind of like, this game looks dumb. You're smashing a rock to get more rock. Like I don't understand it. But like play it, I play it today, and like it's still fun. It's one of those games that you love to hate. You just sit there and you're like, why am I playing this stupid game? But it gets you coming back because there's always updates, there's always different changes. It's just, I mean, I enjoy it. A lot of people can't really say the same. I mean, now it's going to console. I mean, come on.
So I'm one of those people that I will admit I don't see, like, it's a short-term enjoyment for me. It's not long-term, but I absolutely love watching it. So I watch like Waylon and Blueprint, and sometimes every once in a while Aqua will play it. Watching them play it, I don't know what it is, just so it's fascinating.
It's just fun, especially when they can make it's almost like a sandbox open world, because like you kind of do whatever you want in it. Like a lot of people role play in it. A lot of people talk, like they story tell like their interactions with other players. I mean, like if the game didn't have in-game chat or just voice, like I think it'd be a totally different experience. But it's fun. They're always doing stuff. Like right now they have a Halloween event and they added like this portal system in there, which I haven't tried yet. So I kind of want to get into that.
I actually might get into it by the time they bring up their Christmas event, because it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, like there's two of my favorite YouTubers, Oblivion and Nardo. They play it and like it's just such a good time. It's just so fun.
I'm just watching this alpha video portion of the video. It literally is a completely different game from what it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, what is there not to love that? I mean, you have your vanilla, you have your ×2.
You have your modded servers, you have
modded
your servers. I saw a server in a video where the guy, it was like times, I think 100,000. It was just so funny, but like I felt like it was. Yeah,
it's like
it was
one swing of your rock got you everything.
Yep, it's like, well, there's the farm. You got the farm done. Okay. Yeah, it was fun. Fun stuff. Nick, what do you think?
It looks like a first-person shooter with some Minecraft survival elements in it.
Oh,
I mean, it's basically what it is. Yeah.
This is also another thing that's really addicting in this game is the skins. I mean, they have so many different skin gambling websites that people do. It's crazy. Like I do one called Howl, and you get to open one free case a day, but like the percentage of getting something out of it is like basically zero. Yeah.
Let me know when the game allows me to kill an opposing player, skin them, and then wear their skin.
You can technically take their skull.
Yeah, you can eat them.
You guys have heard my demands. I want to wear the enemy skin. Like, oh, hey, they paid $10 for that skin. I'm skinning them and I'm wearing it for free.
Jesus.
Anything else about Rust?
It's fun.
Yeah.
I would say it's more fun to watch.
Thank God for the elevator update.
More fun to watch.
Thank God for the elevator update here. I mean, man.
Hey, I mean, there's some updates out there that make this game like 10 times more entertaining.
I think one of my favorite updates so far is the Molotov update, when they added that to the game.
I love that the updates are just named after whatever big thing they've added.
I think mine was probably the submarine. And it's just a unique twist to it.
I'm not sure if this has been if it's been in the game for a while, but I saw a recent video of Nardo's and they added planes to it.
Huh.
Like biplanes?
Like propeller, like
that's
planes.
news to me. I haven't seen anything on that.
I mean, they already had the helicopter and stuff.
Right.
The mini and then the scrap heli. Yeah. But I saw that. I'm like, I'm not sure if that's just like if that's always been in there, but yeah.
That might be a modded server. I've never heard of that, but
I don't know.
All right, guys. Anything else about Rust?
No.
All right. Hey, guess what? We did it. Now we're gonna move on to the news. Who's ready for the news?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Read all about it. Latest football scores. Morning paper. Morning Star. Paper, mister?
It's time for old news. All right, Josh, what do you got up first here for us?
All right, so coming up first, October 3rd to the 6th, IndieCade 2013 Festival held in Culver City, California. Basically, they introduce all these indie games that you may not even heard of, but every year they have shown it, or they've done it. They had like their winner, and the winner always was a huge game. So they had like Bastion is one of them, Guacamelee was one of them. I forget what the other one was after that. But this year's, could you guess what this year's was? The top art indie game?
You mean 2013?
2013, yeah.
Was it maybe Shovel Knight?
No,
I might be too early on that.
Super Time Force.
That game's come up again. I was just thinking about that game.
Yeah, Super Time Force. I saw that and I was like, holy shit! I could have sworn we just talked about this too.
Do you know any other winners from between then and now?
I'd have to look it up again
Okay.
because I don't remember.
We ain't got
Because
ain't nobody got time for that.
we can
Maybe
do it later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Moving on, October 4th through the 7th, EB Games Expo 2013 held at Sydney Showground in Sydney Olympic Park, New South Wales. Oh,
That's a long address.
it's a long one.
What are they doing there? What they do there?
Okay, so they just showed all their games and stuff, and we're going to name a few. We had Call of Duty Ghost, of course. Skylanders was a big thing.
Oh yeah, Skylanders.
ESO,
All right.
Wolfenstein: The New Order, Disney Infinity, Battlefield 4, Titanfall, Dead Rising 3, Rise, Son of Rome, the Xbox One, the PS4, Watch Dogs, World of Tanks, Batman Arkham Origins. Those are like the big ones. Oh, Mad Max.
These are all solid. These are all solid.
But for the most part, some of them are just like, oh, why?
All right. Another year, another BlizzCon, Josh.
Oh, yeah. So November 8th through the 9th, BlizzCon 2013 in Anaheim, California.
Where's that? Where's that? What convention center was it at?
The Anaheim Convention Center.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad they named it after the city, so I know.
Okay, so the big things for this one was like they introduced the Warcraft film concept art, and they also showed Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, or it was announced. They had the StarCraft 2 World Championship Series, as well as the Hearthstone Innkeepers Invitational. Does anyone want to guess who was the closing concert?
2013.
I'll give you a hint. It's somebody who made a huge, or is making a huge comeback right now with their tour.
Blink 182.
Blink 182. That probably was a good one. Yeah.
All
I
right.
guess it was
Yeah.
Kesha.
I would go to a BlizzCon to watch some of their tournament stuff.
Just go to any LAN convention. It's fun, man.
Oh, I have to. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I might have to. So that's the news. Jake, you got memes for us?
Yeah, I got memes. Memes.
Time.
Oh man, I
All
love
right,
these
here we go.
memes.
What do we
These are
got?
so
First
fun.
one.
The thing about this meme I like, before I explain it, is you know what? No, I'm just gonna explain it. When you're in your base and you hear C4, what makes this meme great is that what SpongeBob looks like is what your character looks like when you have nothing on you.
It's the caveman SpongeBob for the listeners and not the viewers.
And like, because I mean, like, even if it's not C4, if someone's like blasting my door with the Ioka pistol or
incendiary.
Yeah, any fire stuff, like that's what I look like. I'm just like panicking. I was like,
Hey, you don't know what to do. You're just like, what do? I stay here and try to fight him off? Do I respawn outside, hope I can get to him? It's like, what? You panic. You don't know what to do, unless you have like two airlocks, or not two airlocks. If you have like a second entrance and have airlocks built, then maybe. But depending on where you're at and if you're solo, that's probably not going to happen. You have the one entrance.
like get metal doors down as soon as you can, especially when the wipe starts.
For you new Rust players. All right, Jake, what's the second meme?
I love this one.
I know this
They don't know I'm rating them. I mean, it's so Rust because you come across so many people and in the game, and then like you happen to come across a guy you think that, oh, we're buddies, whatever. But when you're offline or you don't pay attention, he's raiding you, dude. He's raiding you. I've done it so many times. I'm buddy with somebody, but then when they're offline, I'm like, yeah, your stuff is mine.
Now,
Your shit is
do you murder them, or do you just like let their bodies be that way? When they come back, they realize they were raided.
Yeah, I let their bodies be that way.
You got raided.
I let someone else take care of the scraps.
It sounds like people who play Rust are fucked up.
Dude,
okay, so Rust,
assholes.
oh, like literally, Rust is up there with like the toxicity for sure. Like I would say it's up there with like CS:GO. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, we're assholes.
It's pretty bad.
All right, guys. So we do have a speed cap coming up. I'm taking on Josh. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with that. Just stand by. All right, we are back for the speed cap. I am doing Outlast. Josh is the quiz master. So the punishments for this week, Josh, I think we've agreed, is the loser has to buy the winner something from the Smashing Game Time store. Which, by the way, you can buy something. We have a link in the show notes. Go over there, check them out. We got shirts, we got baby onesies, we got mouse pads, we got coffee mugs, we got it all.
Definitely buying a fanny pack.
Oh no. I would rock the fanny pack.
I'd rock it.
I would rock it. So basically, if you haven't joined us before, Speedcap is the Speedcapper has to run through the synopsis of a game in 5 minutes or less. The Quizmaster has, I think it's, 10 to 12 different things that they're looking for the Speedcapper to cover. The Speedcapper gets a score based off of covering those things or not covering those things. If I hit over 30, I win. If I hit under 30, Josh wins. 30 being like the halfway. Hey, this is a passing grade, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Josh, any hints for me?
Know your characters.
Did you fucking... Is there any whistleblower in here?
There's only one thing whistleblower. Only one. I gave you the hint.
Motherfucker. I didn't...
It's only one thing.
I only know one name from the whistleblower stuff.
Maybe use that name.
I mean, you also got to figure out what fingers got cut off.
I don't remember those. We talked about them last time. I don't remember those at all.
I didn't even bother with that, so. Yes. You're lucky. I'll give you that much. I did not even bother. Because I even looked it up, and I'm like, I'm going to have to fucking watch a video. And I said, yeah, fuck it. He gets good on that one.
I'm just because I remember I was like, okay, the fingers. I was sitting there, I was watching House of Dragon, getting ready for this, and I was like, fuck, what fingers got cut off? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready, Josh?
As ready as I'm gonna be.
All right, Jake, just sit there and be pretty while we do this.
Let us duke it out.
Oh, you're gonna lose.
No, I'm not. I am going to hit start.
He's gonna get a free fucking thing from our shop.
I'm going to hit start. And when it hits 5 flat, I'm going to go. All right, so Outlast takes place in the mountains. You are... what's the guy's name? You're an investigative journalist. I think it's Marka, something like that. But you got a tip about the mountain. It's Mount Massive Asylum, MMA for short. I think it's called like the Murkoff Corporation's been doing some shady shit there, experimenting on people. You get there and people have been butchered. Like the security team there is butchered. They're like, you gotta get out. We're fucking dying. What the fuck are you doing here, you fucking journalist? And then you get picked up by this guy named Chris Walker. He's a bad motherfucker. He calls you. He says, "Little fish," and then he grabs you and fucking throws you. And then you try to go out the front door, but this priest named Miles, he's a self-appointed priest. I think he's schizophrenic. He tells you that there's some files of some shit you gotta go get. You go through the cells. You run into you're getting haunted by Chris Walker, but then there are also the cannibalistic twins who are hunting you. I don't think they have names. They're just the cannibalistic twins with their dicks out. It's kind of fucked up. Hey, nice cock. But I digress. You get caught by this guy named Traeger, who was like a higher up for the Murkoff Corporation. He's experimental. He's gonna cut off your fingers, and he's getting ready to cut off like your tongue and your dick when you get out. You escape him. You escape onto the elevator, but he jumps on. It's a great jump scare. But the elevator like breaks his neck or something. So you escape with your dick and tongue attached. Thank God. Somebody tells you about the wall planer or something like that. The wall planer, skyward sword guy. He basically he is part of an experiment done by a Nazi that came over because of the Operation Paperclip, where a bunch of Nazi scientists defected to the U.S. And I think the Nazi's name is Weinecker or something like that. So basically, they're experimenting on this subject. I think his name's like Billy Jones or Billy something. And so basically, they're keeping him comatose and giving him these dreams, which is making him the wall planer. They're like, hey, go shut this guy's life support off. You do, but then he attacks you and he gets sucked. The wall planer gets sucked into your body and you become the new host. I think your name's Murtaugh. No, Murtaugh's a lethal weapon. Oh no, what is this guy's name? Motherfucker. Kyle's Mercer. It starts with a fucking M. There's so many names and shit that starts with M in this fucking game. I'm having a Speedcap meltdown, everybody. Oh my God. But basically, so the wall planer has made you the new host. You go to escape. A new team shows up. The wall planer fucks them up, and I think they kind of start to gun you down. Whistleblower. So whistleblower is about the guy that sent the journalist guy the email. And his name, I know his fucking name. I don't know the journalist's fucking name. His name's Waylon Park. And so he sends the email and says, hey, some fucked up shit's going on. He's trying to get out. He gets caught by a guy named The Groom. And the guy's like, hey, I'm going to cut your dick off and I'm going to fuck you because I'm going to make you my bride. And then you escape with your dick attached. Thank God. That was scary. He almost cut off your dick. But basically, that guy survives. He goes through some crazy shit. And he eventually leaves in the journalist's Jeep. And then at the end, Waylon Park's like, if I send this out, like someone's like, hey, if you send this out, your family's in trouble. Your family's going to be in danger. And Waylon's like, I don't know if I want to do this. And he's like, fuck it. These motherfuckers got to go down. And that's it. I yield my time.
Let it be shown that Nick conceded his time at 111.
Against my better judgment. How'd I do?
We're gonna have to say here, Jake. I need your full attention on this part because you're definitely gonna be the tiebreaker.
You suck ass.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, Nick.
I tried.
So, what I was looking for, I'm gonna go down the list. The main character is Miles Upshur.
Upshur. God damn it! I knew it was something with an M though.
And you kept saying Miles, but you weren't ever saying his last name, and you were talking as you were like trying to say the other character, which was Father Martin Archambaud.
So am I Martin? God damn it!
But I'm gonna let Jake be a couple of these tiebreakers because, so Miles, you definitely did not get right. So we're not gonna give you that. You did name off the Murkoff Corporation. You did name off Mount Massive Asylum. You did bring up Chris Walker. You didn't say Father Martin. You just said a priest guy. That's not his name.
Stupid idiot.
The entity is the Walrider.
I swear I said the Walrider at one point.
You did not once.
You did not.
Once.
You spun around it so many times.
Fuck you guys.
You were there. You did say Richard Traeger, so I gave you that. I don't know if I marked this right because you did say Billy, but you didn't say Hope.
But now I'm seeing Miles Upshur receives an anonymous email. I said that. I said he got it from Waylon Park.
You didn't say Miles' name. You just said received.
But I said the journalist. So you're splitting hairs here.
Jake, tiebreaker.
No, give it to him.
Yeah, I missed the apostle stuff. I missed the images of the Walrider.
So you didn't bring it up. You bring up the Apostle. You didn't bring up the Walrider footage. You did mention being pursued by Chris Walker and the twins. You did mention Traeger capturing him. You did mention that the doctor, the German guy, did create him, but you never said the name correctly, and you didn't have Walrider correctly, so I'll only give you half credit.
Oh, developed by Red Barrels. Go fuck yourself.
I had to figure out one more. Okay, I thought about going with whistleblower, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna have the name. The name is important. That's it. Everything else is crap.
Eat my ass.
Uh, you did not mention Miles going down into the lab and then being saved from Walker by the Walrider. Technically, you did say comatose. I should have fixed that. I apologize. You did learn about the Walrider being controlled by a comatose Billy Hope. You did mention Miles turning off the life support. You did mention Miles being attacked by the Walrider and becoming the new host, but you did not mention developer. So,
What's my final score, punk ass?
49.5.
God damn it. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck. Damn it.
You won by 0.5? Is that what this was?
He lost by
Josh won
0.5.
0.5.
Man, Nick, you suck, man. Buy him a shirt.
All right, Josh. So send me whatever you want.
I'll make it cheap. Don't you worry.
Send me whatever you want, and I will look in my piggy bank and see what I've got.
Nick,
Congratulations.
before we do this,
I think this is the first time Josh has ever beat me as Quizmaster, by the way.
I will give Nick.
No, you stop it. You're
No,
not
it's not
derailing.
the spit.
You're not derailing the
yeah.
prize. Take your prize. No. Just don't derail it.
All right.
Don't
I
derail it.
won't
Last
derail
time Jake won and you're like, I'll buy the games. I'll buy the games. You take your prize.
This is your one out. All right.
No, I don't want it out. No, I'm buying. I'm sucking it up, and I am fucking paying the piper. Do not try to not let me pay the piper. God damn it. Everybody, we've got a special episode next week.
Buy me a mug.
We're doing a spooky episode for Halloween. We're going to make a list of our top 10. We're gonna have a little debate here. We're gonna have our top 10 scariest moments in video games. You do not want to miss that because it's gonna get heated. It's gonna be our very first debate type episode. Come and check it out. It'll be a good time.
Are we?
Huh?
Are we wearing costumes?
We can. We can. I mean, it gets hot in my basement, so I'll just be like, I'll be like the New Year's baby that's naked.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Let's just all show up to next week's podcast naked. That will be the costume.
Yeah, well, so we'll see you folks in 2 weeks.
So we're doing that next week. As always, I'm Nick. You can find me on Twitter at @ThatKaufman. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube at NickFatKnight. I actually did a stream last Tuesday. I think I'm going to start streaming on Tuesdays to help clear out my review backlog. So yeah, come check that out. I will probably be playing Trifox on Tuesday if I haven't finished that review by then. Jake, where can the people find you?
Find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Jakey Boy Kaufman. I was also streaming Overwatch 2 the other day. I had fun, and we talk about anime on my stream, so that's cool too.
He had fun. Josh.
You can find me on Twitch at I am Josh Saying. And going back to Jake's comment real quick, Jake, have you watched any of Bleach?
Nope.
Oh,
The new stuff?
Yeah, the new stuff, of course.
No, I haven't. No.
It's so far so good. I mean, I'm not let down.
Josh.
That and My Hero have been both fantastic so far.
Oh, so I've been watching My Hero. That's been amazing.
Yeah.
Josh, did I hear this right? You're back on Twitch?
Did I say Twitch? I meant Twitter. I actually want to. I need to get back onto streaming at least once a week.
Dude. It's fun. It's fun. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a big crazy thing. No, you're not trying to be the next Mr. Beast. Just be Josh.
Although that would be nice.
Just be Josh.
I want to be able to throw tons of money at people and make them regret their life decisions, but still have to do it. Like, that'd be nice.
Don't we all?
I never really was a big fan of Mr. Beast.
I'm not.
I think he's a nice guy, but I hate the whole concept of, hey, I did all this. Let's do, I paid for this. Let's do this.
But I do want to do the Daniel Tosh where I take a shit on the stage, tell somebody to pick it up, and they go no, then throw money at them, and make them go, fuck, I'm picking up this guy's shit.
I'm about to do this. I've never understood it's kind of like the people who record themselves giving money to a homeless person.
Yeah.
It's like, get fucked. No. But I digress. You can also find Smashing Game Times anywhere you find podcasts. We're also on YouTube. If you're watching this, thank you. We're also on the TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. So go give us a follow over there and see what we're up to. Folks, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. This has been Smashing Game Time. We hope you all had a smashing great time. We'll see you next time.